Yeah, hello. So today I want to talk about a very common pitfall when people try to integrate their Lovable applications with a third-party API or system. Okay. Now, what a lot of people try to do is they try to integrate to the third party directly from the Lovable application, right? So they might say, connect to this third party API, maybe Square App or Google Places or some other kind of API. And they realize inevitably that they run into so many problems or issues, and Lovable is unable to fix it. Now, the reason why this happens is that many third-party APIs do not allow integration directly from front-end code. So when we say front-end code, what we mean is code that is going to run in the browser. When you create an application using Lovable, okay, the code that you create is going to run in the browser. So what this means is that if you were to integrate that application directly with a third party API, you would have to store your secret key or your API key in the browser. And that is not secure. Okay. So because of that, most third party API systems prevent you from being able to connect to their API directly from the browser, and hence the errors that people experience. Okay. Now, there's an easy way to resolve this if you are using Lovable and Supabase, right? So you go to Supabase and use what we call an edge function, right? So when you come to the list of menu items, you see different things, database authentication. One of the options there is edge functions, right? Now, what is an edge function? An edge function is basically backend, is basically an edge function is basically backend code, right? Which runs on a server. Okay, so when we say backend code, it is code that runs on the server. Because it doesn't run in the browser, it is secure for keeping things like API keys and secret keys, right? So if you want to create an integration with a third-party application, what you want to do is to create an edge function in Supabase. There are different ways of doing this, but the reason why I recommend using Supabase edge functions is because it's very easy to connect a Lovable application to Supabase because they've done some integrations. Okay, so when you come to edge functions, there are actually different ways that you can try to create the integration you need. Okay, so when you click on this deploy new function, you see that they have via editor, via CLI, via assistant, right? So let's begin with the via assistant, right? So Supabase actually has an AI assistant that you can prompt to create edge functions for you, right? So it's worth trying that for whatever integration you are trying to do. I cannot say that it will work, 100% for the integration that you are trying to do. By why not, just give it a shot, right? So you could say create an edge function that connects to this so and so API, right? You could try passing a link to the API documentation and see if the Supabase AI can create your edge function for you, right? Now, if that doesn't work, the other option is to use the editor, right? So deploy a new function via editor. When you click on this, this is what you see, right? It brings you some code, okay, that does something. Okay, all right. Now, what you see here is not the code that you are probably looking for, right? So it means that you have to write the edge function that will do the integration for you. Now, thankfully, Supabase has a number of templates. So they know some of the common integrations that people try to do, and they've created templates for them. So a common one is sending emails. Okay, so if you want your application to send emails, they have a template for sending emails using an API, a third-party API called Resend. Okay, so you could just go to Resend, get your API key, and come and saw it over here in secrets. You see, so you look on the left panel, you have functions and you have secrets. Okay, and the reason why this is better than trying to do it directly from Lovable, and why this will work, is that the secrets that you store here are being stored on the server and not the browser, right? So your users and other people are not going to have access to that. So if you are doing something common and there's a template for it, the simplest way would be to select the template, go to the API provider, get the API key, and store it in secrets. And then you can deploy your function, right? Now, if there's no template for it, or the AI is not able to generate the edge function for you, then it means the only option left is to actually write the code to do the integration, right? So since you may not be a developer, you may need to get a developer who can help you to create the edge function, right? So you could just tell a developer, oh, I need an edge function that would connect to this API, and then they can just create just that edge function for you. And yeah, and then after that, you are done with the developer, you can continue to do your own stuff, right? Now, once you've got the edge function you need, you can then click on deploy function. Okay. Once you deploy the function would now actually go live. And what that means is that you can now go back to your Lovable application and tell Lovable to integrate to that edge function, right? So you can tell Lovable connect to the following edge function. And that's actually straightforward for Lovable to do, because Lovable already has a native connection with Supabase. Okay, so basically a common pitfall, right, that people experience when trying to integrate Lovable with third parties is that they try to do it directly from Lovable, which means that they try to do it directly from the front end. And many API providers are not going to allow that, right? So the way to do that is go to Supabase, create an edge function, deploy the edge function, then ask Lovable to use that edge function to do whatever it is that you are trying to do. Okay, I would follow up this tutorial with a complete example end to end, and that will help you to see how to do this, right? As always, if you are experiencing problems or issues with your Lovable app and you need one-on-one help, you can come to our office hours and then we can give you assistance, right? Just go to quicklybuildapps.com/office hours.